the earth still holds their weight, written in horn and silence.
Across arid plains, lineage survives by memory and dust. Wisdom reflects in silence, not speech. Survival walks on patience and dust. Each ridge records a history of defense and endurance. Precision in hunger defines adaptation. The dust becomes its armor, cooling and disguise. Each motion carries a legacy of defiance. Territory is declared in scent, not sound. Respect measured in stillness prevents conflict. Solitary by nature swoon avoids direct combat. Strength without spectacle defines survival. Rest is armor against the sun. Darkness conceals only to protect. Future walks beneath the shadow of survival. Horns sculpted by necessity, polished by time.
Isolation meets only in drought and need.
The horizon itself becomes alive with endurance. Mud transforms into shield and solace. Every grain returns borrowed heat to the sky. Even silence has rhythm in the savanna.
Day concludes, but vigilance remains.
Under starlight, survival continues unseen. Precision reshapes hunger into art. Dawn renews the covenant of endurance. Memory guides steps where water once flowed. The land speaks in silence, awaiting rain. Patience earns water. Time rewrites thirst. Renewal flows down skin, carved by drought. Every storm leaves a table set anew. Endurance has color, burnt, patient, ancient. Each step anchors history in ground memory. The map of survival is written by footsteps. Stillness becomes its own resilience. Act 1 closes, domain and endurance defined. Morning begins, where thirst redefines instinct. Thirst teaches reverence to all survivors.
Senses sculpt awareness where vision fades. Resilience doesn't resist, it adapts. Grace hides inside armor. Every leaf becomes an act of persistence. The rhythm of life remains unhurried. From above, survival looks like art. Stillness is not weakness, it is mastery. Motion renews its right to exist. Other lives align their paths to its journey. Stillness restores breath to the body. The body listens before the mind reacts. When heat fades, instinct wakes again. Each dusk renews the pact with time. Strength mirrored reveals restraint.
Solitude yields to coexistence in safety. Strength recognizes its reflection, not its rival. The savanna breathes in rhythm with its gardens. The horizon tightens. Trial approaches.
Protection thickens where pain once lived. Every step toward water carries centuries. Persistence reveals what patience hides. Scarcity yields to knowledge beneath surface.
Survival intertwines without treaty or war. Nature prepares test for endurance's heir.
The storm teaches resilience, not fear.
Energy returns to ground, primal and pure.
Water carves momentary freedom from dust.
Calm carries echoes of struggle survived.
The test of night arrives without warning.
Power collects quietly before release. Fury of Earth defends its own children.
Every heartbeat records a war survived. Recovery begins with breath and patience. Act 3 closes. Struggle endured. Legacy intact.
Humanity once drew myths before it met truth.
Modern eyes trace ancient territories reborn.
Data becomes memory, quantified in light.
Migration reborn as information.
Compassion rebuilds what greed dismantled.
Trust is the rarest form of survival.
Renewal begins where patience roots deepest.
Legacy breathes through every unspoken motion.
Behind each survivor stands an unseen army.
Guardians move where the poachers once walked.
Technology now defends what instinct cannot.
Breath becomes the simplest form of victory.
Evening humbles even the strongest heart. Nature records every triumph in light. Greed once carved memory into trophies.
Knowledge rebuilds what bullets erased.
Legend becomes law, the spirit of endurance.
Spirit and animal merge where myth remembers truth. The story evolves, yet its core remains unchanged.
Knowledge now speaks in codes, not chants. Light becomes the new trail of migration. Connection defines survival in a fractured age.
Machines now see what once required instinct.
The future lies in balance, not conquest.
Hope, like rainfall, arrives in increments.
The sacred returns, where water forgives dust.
Light crowns the guardians of the plains.
Legacy begins where endurance becomes memory.
Tomorrow follows the quiet strength of today.
Every generation walks the same uncertain road.
The measure of legacy is found in footprint.
Past and present converge under the same dust. The land breathes, the herd listens. Harmony is louder than dominance. Even darkness respects their silent code.
What leaves always remembers the way back.
Awareness returns with every sunrise. The bond endures beyond hunger and fear.
Nature keeps its promises in light and form. The land remembers those who refuse to vanish.
guardians inherit both burden and beauty.
Reality and legend walk the same path.
Conservation scales when memory links with maps.
An orbiting eye extends guardianship.
Self-awareness emerges in quiet geometry.
Emotion leaves anatomy where words cannot.
Legends live not in story, but continuity. Symbols carved by motion, not hands. Morning reclaims what night preserved. Leadership carved in patience and bone. Continuity is geometry, learned by care. Youth rehearses equations of survival. Connection sustains meaning beyond hunger. Balance rights itself on open ground. Renewal travels quietly with every mouthful. Legacy germinates beneath deliberate weight. Protection extends beyond visible need. Life follows their rhythm like tides. Reflection reminds us what must return. Weather inherits patience, shapes destiny.
Roots become scripture of endurance. Independence tests lineage without breaking it. Solitude sharpens instinct into wisdom.
Greatness measured by harmony with scale. Nature reconciles, light divided, returned. Beginnings touch endings, continuity renewed.
Balance isn't stillness, it is synchronized adaptation. Night restores what day demands. In reflection, the universe finds witness.
The planet breathes. Cycles begin again.
Turn defines meaning. The circle remembers.
Time folds. Dust remembers their names.
Legacy grows outward like roots, not arrows.
Balance restored. Motion returns to origin. The landscape breathes. Ancient design, alive.
Each motion harmonizes air and earth. The world holds them as memory and mirror. From sky to soil, their pattern endures.
weighs less than horn, worth more. The story continues beyond our lens.
What endures is not power, balance. Want more earthbound stories? Subscribe weekly.
Plains sleep. Memory remains awake.
Protection scales when corridors connect.
Innovation turns conflict into coexistence.
Balance pays in grain and peace.
A single passage saves 1,000 lives.
Culture renews biology through hands and color.
Data becomes dialogue in real time. Design succeeds when life moves freely. Small roots answer giant footsteps.
Repair returns the chorus to its stage.
Letting go preserves what cannot regrow.
Paper anchors pathways for migrators.
Guardianship is ritual repeated nightly. Respectful distance prevents needless conflict.
Solutions grow where voices are heard.
Sorry, même.
Design channels motion without violence.
Wonder funds the work of guardians.
The thread of life remains unbroken.
A continent remembers in moving lines. Diceros bicornis, the architecture of memory. Rest stores tomorrow's resilience. Balance moves onward under patient stars.
Want more stories? Subscribe for weekly premieres.